this is 1 week worth of breakfast. So in each individual bags, I have my basic breakfast that I've been having on all my trips for quite a few years now, actually. It's 1 deciliter of oatmeal. I try to have organic oatmeal if at all possible. Anything that might ease your digestion while you are out there is good. So organic oatmeal, 1 deciliter of that. So that's roughly 45 grams. 1 deciliter of stevia flavored, in this case, kind of stevia chocolate flavored protein powder, whey protein. Also, again, roughly 40 to 50 grams. And then a bit of unflavored, so unsweetened electrolytes. And that's actually something that I picked up from Max Lugavir's podcast from some time ago, maybe a few months ago. I've been adding every now and then electrolytes to my food or carrying with me separately, but actually adding a bit of salt to stevia flavored, and I guess other flavored protein powders as well, really enhances the flavor. It sounds weird, but it works. So for these, I actually then add unflavored or unsweetened electrolytes, which basically tastes like nothing but salt. So having a bit of saltiness into it really makes these things taste quite a bit nicer than just the mixture in itself. But of course, if you go with unflavored protein powder, then adding more salt to it might not be for everyone. In total, this is roughly 350 calories, but this is very easy to prep. Maybe the main downside might be that these individual bags are then quite heavy. This comes just shy of 100 grams, so I guess all in all, there's of course a bit of a difference in it within each bag, but generally 90 to 100 grams per bag. So that's already 0.7 kilos of food for 1 week just from the breakfast. But anyway, this is very quick thing to do and set up like this. Of course, the bags themselves are reusable for the same purpose. So doesn't create like an extra waste or anything like that. In terms of why I add protein powder to the oatmeal instead of just taking 2 deciliters or 2 scoops of oatmeal, is that while the carbohydrates from the oatmeal are great for that energy, because you are essentially in a fasted state during sleep, and your body's BMR is going to be a bit higher during those backpacking trips. So how much calories you burn throughout the day all the time. So it's good to have those carbohydrates right when you wake up, although normally I don't eat breakfast, but I do recognize how important that is for longer backpacking trips. But the point of the protein powder is that carbohydrates, they just go right through you, basically. You burn them, and soon, if I would have just 2 deciliters of oatmeal, I would pretty soon start to feel hungry again. But the protein powder actually keeps you feeling full and not hungry for longer periods of time. So that's the primary reason. I can go for a longer time without having to stop for lunch. And the second thing is, of course, that especially with just standard store-bought freeze-dried meals, the protein content in these tends to be quite low. Meat is the most expensive part of all of these meals, regardless of the brand. So the amount of protein tends to be quite low. So upping the daily intake of protein already with the morning porridges kind of kills 2 birds with 1 stone. So super oatmeal, which I've been super happy with for many years and see no reason to switch to anything else, basically.